Checking, checking. Okay. Alright. Hello everyone, this is Hammer. Back with another episode of Star Trek Online. Last time we did a couple missions of started the Romulan story arcs. Okay, let's move to the next one. We went back to our home colony of Baronat. Okay. Now we're doing the mission smash and grab because we can't really do that one. Gonna get duped by Charva again. Alright. Gotta see if we free Tovan's sister Rinna.
Some time ago,
Quantum slipstream. Tholian system. Nukara. Alright, we're almost to Kutaza system or whatever it's called. I'm sorry. God, I got this dry nose situation. Okay, smash and grab. Attack this
We've
convoy.
located the transports that are carrying the prisoners. And Charva's intel isn't exactly accurate. She told us they were going to be Tal Shiar ships, but they're Cardassian. Do you think they could be disguised? And lightly guarded? They have combat-ready escorts. We'll need to defeat the escorts and disable the transport vessels. Then we can board and start looking for my sister. I still think she could be on board, even though the escorts are Cardassian ships instead of...
Yeah, we got duped. Those guys are practically no match for me. The Hideki class scout ships. Uh-oh, Galler class. Hardly put a dent in my shields.
Reinforcements inbound!
Oh, great. Oh, God, tell then.
That's the last of them. An away team is...
Alright, let's board the transport, see if we find anything. Hold on a sec.
Target shield under attack. Target shield under attack.
Gotta fight Cardassians. Alright. Search the ship.
There are faint life signs up ahead. One of them could be Rinna. Let's check our fire.
Yeah. Hardly. Alright, let's check these compartments. What's in here? Small arms and explosives. And the ship's not a prisoner transport, it's more like a cargo carrier. Probably got duped. Body armor, personal shields. Nope. Of course they were waiting for us. How did they die? I gotta go revive my crew.
Perhaps the Tal Shiar knew the Cardassians took this convoy and sent us here to fight them. No matter who survived, us or the True Way, either way, the Tal Shiar... the Tal Shiar led us into a trap. Again. The self-destruct on this ship is still active. Let's set it before we beam over to the next one and look for Rinna there. All we should leave behind is a cloud of debris, and then the Tal Shiar and...
Yep. We're getting screwed. Oh, there's the thing. I've always been wondering what that was.
This is interesting. There have been recent Tal Shiar patrols in the Hobus system, and they've been confronted by Riemann ships. But these Riemanns weren't aligned with Obisek or the Riemanns working with the Republic. They served someone else. Hobus was ground zero for the supernova that destroyed the homeworld. If there are...
keep forgetting where that was. Ugh.
There isn't any data on prisoners here. It's just cargo and soldiers. I don't understand why Charva would send us here. Was she trying to get us killed?
Well, of course. We're doing the dirty work of Tal Shiar. Good intelligence operative knows how to get others to do their dirty work for them.
I can't believe Charva would lie about Rinna being on one of these ships. We used to be so close.
Well, she's being manipulated too, kind of. So there's more than just her screwing us. There's another force behind it. Well, I'm an engineer, I can rapidly detonate it. Well, scanning the area is gonna have to wait. Well, you're dealing with intelligence operatives. Tovan, they use people all the time. They'll manipulate people if it gets them the advantage. Had to make sure there was nothing up there. Not yet. Well, I already found what I needed anyways.
More escort ships inbound on an attack vector.
Here they come. Kinda helps have the advanced stuff. Oh, Sharba decides to show up.
I provided the convoy's coordinates as a gesture of good faith. I remember how close Tovan was to his sister. Rinna was my friend too. Although she's committed crimes against the Romulan Star Empire, I'm willing to give her and you another chance.
How could you lie to us again? Lead us into another trap. And you use Rinna to do it. That's low, even for the Tal Shiar. She wasn't on those transports. It was all a setup, a deception intended to get us killed, and I'm not falling for it again. Give me a reason, any reason to believe the woman I cared about is still in you, that you can still be saved.
The Tal Shiar moves prisoners all the time. Sometimes it's for security reasons, or because Colonel Hakib wants to handle an interrogation personally. Maybe Rinna has already been sent someplace else.
Yeah.
I'll check my contacts and see what I can find. I'm trying to help. You can't deny that. Maybe now you'll see that all Tal Shiar aren't the monsters that Tovan and his group make us out to be.
They just used us to Basically, wipe out a True Way convoy. If you don't know what the True Way is, it's a Cardassian extremist organization.
We've put word out that Tovan's sister is still missing. I'll let you know if we hear anything. Keep talking to Charva. It's clear now she's playing some sort of game. But we can get ahead of this if you and Tovan keep her distracted. Anything that will give us an upper hand with the Tal Shiar will help our cause.
Okay, but I'm still thinking this is a trap. Drop that mission for now. Alright, we finished Tradecraft. Smash and grab. Now we're going to Tradecraft.
If you want proof, then I'll provide it. I'm transmitting several classified Tal Shiar files to your ship now. Read through them, analyze them yourself, and then you'll see the truth. Tovan and his kind are terrorists and a threat to the survival of the Romulan people. After that, I hope you'll reconsider your options. The Tal Shiar are trying to help the Romulan people, and you should be fighting for us. We've been fighting for you all this time.
Yeah. So, I gotta navigate to my bridge. And head to my ready room over here. Tovan has a personal relationship with Lord Trex, leader of Chaltech system. They work together on a Romulan mining colony. Weapons present at the colony were property of the terrorist militia helping Tovan and his followers. These weapons were being stored by Lotrex at Tovan's request. Tovan contacted Klingon intelligence. These communications dealt with targeting Romulan Star Empire and Federation colonies for terrorist acts. Yeah. You gotta do kind of analysis to get it right. Gotta decrypt the Tal Shiar files. Always fun thing to do. Yep. Okay, gotta decrypting is always fun. Uh-huh. Crime prevention. Okay, they negotiated a settlement on the Riemann mining colony. The weapons present at the colony were property of the terrorists. These weapons were being aimed at Romulan militia targets by Lord Trex and agricultural aid. Okay. Earnet. The Tons smuggled a large number of crates into Virnet by routing them through unmonitored systems. The crates were determined to be carrying weapons meant to be used by the inhabitants of Virnet. Tons organization, the Romulan Republic, assisted the construction of Virnet colony. During the construction, the organization concealed hidden compartments and rooms in many of the colony structures to facilitate the smuggling and illegal weapons sales. Inside the repair facility, there were machinery linked to biological weapons manufacturing. The and Romulan Republic also allocated significant resources to accumulate intelligence on the Klingon Empire. Most information is related to the Klingon colony locations and defenses. No. Those look like medications, so no weapons so far. Okay. Sometimes you kinda have to guess. Medical supplies. Biological weapons manufacturing should be... Gotta go through this. Seems like we produced a lot of clean water. Water filtration. Tamir, Okay, Deton smuggled a large number of crates into Vienna by routing them. The crates marked determined to be carrying ship parts. Inhabitants of Virnet. During the construction, inside the repair machinery linked to water reclamation. So basically, Deton had a deal with the Maori that we provide engineers and ship parts to the flotilla in exchange for water reclamation technology to help the farms and stuff. That's basically what it was. It was not weapons. Deton was interested in the political climate related to the Klingon Empire. Tal Shiar has stopped a raid against one of its facilities in the Theban system. Prisoners captured will be transferred to Kenthaza's system penal colony. Several members of the raiding party remain unidentified or dead in a state when identification is impossible. However, one of the prisoners captured in the raid has been identified Rinna, a member of the Tan's organization. The prisoners captured in the raid against the Tal Shiar facility have been interrogated. Preliminary results of questioning has yielded credible information connecting to a plot to assassinate the Empress. Not to travel. A lot of ships going to the Great Bloom and to the Napata system for sure. Theban system to installation 18. That's interesting. Rinna. Talia, me, USS Quantico, Tovan, Quantico, Avrin, Unknown, Leah, Chaltak, Bounties, Opus Sedition, considered dangerous, Karamex, Smuggling, moderately dangerous, Deton, course. Adele. A lot of bounties. Valkas Shan returns to duty on USS Belfast after bereavement. USS Erdani destroyed in battle with Klingon forces. Admiral Takan retires from Starfleet. USS Nobel missing in action. Search force organized. Tal Shiar has stopped a raid against its facility's Theban system. Prisoners sent to Installation 18. Several members of the raiding party remain unidentified or dead in a state. Yeah. Subcommander Avrin. Prisoners, blah blah blah. They were just there to steal supplies.
Captain, we're getting two different stories here. One from Charva, and one from these documents. Analysis of the files shows that either Charva is trying deliberately to mislead us, or that she's being misled herself. Since she seems to firmly believe what she's telling us, I'm not completely comfortable disregarding her information out of hand. I recommend that we speak to Commander Tal Mera on Drozana Station. She has contacts in the intelligence community that we don't. She should be able to either confirm or deny our findings.
Okay, so now we gotta go to Drozana. Don't worry, you're gonna be going to Drozana a lot. For various reasons. I have no intention of going to Nukara for anything.
Welcome to...
Yeah. Okay, that's creepy. Oh, don't worry, you're gonna find out more later.
Was there something you needed? Tal Shiar files. I'm sure there's a good story behind how you came into possession of these. Let's see what you have. What sort of information do you need? Personally, I'd regard anything given to you by a Tal Shiar operative with suspicion. They are masters of misinformation and misdirection. We can do that. Show me what you have and what parts of them are troubling you. I've seen some interesting works of fiction, but nothing that compares to this. Deton and Lortrix working together? On a Riemann mining colony? I don't think so. Can you see Deton in a dilithium mine? And Lortrix was storing weapons for Deton? Why? There have to be better places we can stash supplies than in an enemy colony. And this section about Deton working with Klingons to target colonies for terrorist attacks is ridiculous. Neither Deton or the Empire would do such a thing. The Klingons may be warlike, but they won't engage a civilian target without a reason. I'm detecting that sections of the file have been altered. That's probably why it reads like a bad spy story. According to my records, Deton was in contact with the Klingon Empire, but he was talking to them about which colonies needed agricultural aid. And there were weapons on Chaltok, as you well know. But not only were they making weapons for the Hirogen, they were targeting Romulan militia targets, including the flotilla. Now, I didn't realize that Lortrix and Deton knew each other, but apparently they do. They interacted once during negotiations during a workers' strike at a Riemann mining facility. It's funny how people from such different worlds and outlooks can interact. Deton was talking to the Klingon Empire about colonies near our borders, but it wasn't to target them for attack. It was to discern which ones had the greatest need for agricultural assistance. A lot of the newer colonies are having a rough time trying to establish themselves. Deton believes that the more prosperous colonies have a responsibility to help support others. That's why he was talking to the Empire. He was asking if they would be willing to assist as well. Unfortunately, once the rumor of terrorist attacks entered the mix, the High Council broke, and I'm not surprised that Lortrix was aiming weapons at our targets, although I don't think he was doing so at the request of the Hirogen. The Tal Shiar has a way of getting into everything, and we know that they were monitoring that colony. The Tal Shiar operative could have manipulated Lortrix into aiming some of the weapons at Romulan Republic targets. If they were fired, then we'd lose big. Also, I think it was a coincidence that Deton and Lortrix were acquainted. Lortrix once worked for the Riemann Mining Cooperative, but he wasn't exactly a model employee. In fact, he was one of the leaders of a strike that turned violent. The Riemanns brought in a group of negotiators to help end the crisis. Deton was one of the people they invited. He helped negotiate a settlement, and Lortrix was one of the representatives of the workers during those negotiations. I doubt they've ever... I think the Tal Shiar are conducting quite an effective smear campaign against Deton and our movement. It's our responsibility to see through their deceptions. We can do that. I'm detecting several abnormalities in this file. It looks like portions of it have been altered. We should corroborate these reports in order to determine which facts are actually true and which are Tal Shiar fabrications. Here's what we know and can confirm from our files. Deton did smuggle crates to Viranot before the attack on your colony, but they were carrying ship parts, not weapons. And he did more to help the colony without drawing excess attention. It was our group that helped your people get the water reclamation equipment they needed to support a healthy population. And yes, we spent a great deal of time and money gathering information about both the Federation and the Klingon Empire. But we're not planning an attack. Why would we? Instead, we're gathering all the intel we can about the political climates of both factions.
Tal needed to know who he was dealing with before he went ahead with his plans of gaining an alliance. It's not uncommon practice to understand the political climate of the power you're trying to negotiate with.
Tal has been working with colony leaders for years, including the Maori and others at Viranot. However, since the Empress and the Tal Shiar often retaliate against people who are friendly to our movement, in the past, we've tried to keep those contacts as quiet as possible. Your colony had some talented engineers who were willing to help flotilla ships. Tal provided crates full of ship parts, smuggled from other friendly settlements. Your engineers repaired Allied ships who needed help. But Tal is a man of peace. I can't ever see him wanting to smuggle weapons, especially not to a civilian site. Of course, because the people at Viranot risked their safety to help our ships, Tal helped them in return. One of the ways the Tal Shiar keeps control over colony worlds is by denying or diverting needed supplies. Before the attack, Viranot's population had outgrown its water treatment capabilities. They tried to acquire another water filtration unit, but were blocked by lost shipments, denied paperwork, and other bureaucratic hassles. It could have meant disease and deprivation for your people. So the Maori reached out to Tal. He provided the water reclamation equipment Viranot needed, and even helped the colonists conceal it so it couldn't be damaged in a convenient accident.
So the Maori reached out to Tal, but he just didn't. He had to keep it secret to prevent the Tal Shiar from getting nosy.
And yes, we do spend a great deal of time and effort gathering intel on both Starfleet and Klingon Empire. But we're not studying their defenses. We're learning about their political climates. Our relationships with the Klingons and Starfleet are still very fragile. They're being strengthened by people like you. But a shift in attitudes on the High Council or the Federation Council could mean disaster for us. The more we know about what's happening, the better. I'm not saying that Tal is a complete innocent. None of us are. The political information could be used to sway decisions in our favor. The ship part and water reclamation equipment were smuggled illegally. But you have to look at the intent behind Tal's actions. He's trying. We can do that. Show me. I didn't realize that the Tal Shiar had transferred prisoners to the Kinkuthanza system penal colony. Probably because there isn't a penal colony in the Kinkuthanza system. That's not the only discrepancy I'm detecting in this file. There's distinct signs of tampering. We need to figure out what they altered. Here's what I know. Most Tal Shiar prisoners fall off the grid completely. We don't know where they're taken, or what's being done to them, and that troubles Tal a great deal. We have, however, heard of a Tal Shiar facility called Installation 18 that appears to be a holding facility. Some prisoners would likely be taken there. As far as I know, your friend's sister has never been in the Theban system, much less been captured there. We did lose a militia ship there a few weeks ago, and one of my agents, Subcommander Avron, is still in Tal Shiar custody. Avron was trying to steal supplies from a Tal Shiar convoy. We don't know what the Tal Shiar is doing with their prisoners, but a lot more people are missing than we can account for. We have, however, found several references to a place called Installation 18. Rinna Kev hasn't shown up on any of our lists of the missing, but I have found references to someone with that name being a crew member on a cargo transport. As far as I know, the ship she was working on has never been to the Theban system. But if your friend can't find her, I'd be concerned. The Tal Shiar has a nasty habit of making... Subcommander Avron was there doing reconnaissance for me. Tal Shiar convoys passed through. Did Tal know about the plan to attack a Tal Shiar convoy? Yes. Does that make us criminals and terrorists? We can do that. Show me what you have and what parts of them are trouble. We're fighting for our independence and the future of the Romulan race. We're short on supplies and allies and beset by enemies that see nothing wrong with murder, torture, and kidnapping. And they call us the terrorists. We've had to make some difficult decisions. Some of them have led us down roads that none of us wanted to take. But nothing we've done is anything as terrible as what the Tal Shiar is accusing Deton of doing. There are no innocents in a war, and that includes Deton. At least his motivations are clear.
Captain, Charva's convinced that these files are genuine. She wouldn't be pushing us this hard otherwise. We need to sit down and show her the discrepancies we've discovered, preferably in front of a Tal Shiar. If we contact her and say we're ready to join the Tal Shiar, but we need to discuss these files first, maybe she'll take us somewhere where we can prove to her that she's been lied to. There's a subspace communications hub in the lounge on Drozana Station's observation level that we can use to contact Charva.
Oh, thank you, Carol.
I wasn't expecting to hear from you so soon. Are you ready to join the I take it that everything I provided checked out to your satisfaction? That's a fair request. The Tal Shiar maintains a clandestine network of satellites throughout the quadrant. There's a listening post that's part of this network in the Aja system. It's near your current position and off the trade routes, so we should be able to meet privately. It's also connected to the rest of the Tal Shiar network, so we can go over the data.
Was there something you needed? It's remote and has little strategic value. If you're planning some shore leave after this, I can tell you, you're probably flying into a trap. The Tal Shiar invests a great deal of time and effort to spin a web of lies. They don't look favorably on people who try to expose them for what they are. That won't be too difficult. You've made a lot of friends. Send out a subspace burst if you need some assistance in the Aza system.
Okay.
Welcome to Drozana.
Oh, can it? A lot of intrigue going on.
Captain, we're detecting another ship in the system. It's Charva's ship, the IRW Aethra.
Oh, yeah.
hope we're able to make Charva see reason. She doesn't...
Yeah.
I am so glad to hear that you are considering my offer of joining the Tal Shiar. They offer safety and stability to all Romulans. You will not... I cannot blame you for wanting to do your due diligence. Seeing as you are about to join our ranks, I do not think the Tal Shiar would mind if we took a look at some of the intelligence files used to generate the reports I gave you. Just do not... This cannot be right. It appears as if some of the information that was included in the report I gave you does not line up with what is here. Several of the facts have been changed either here or in the report, and the results skew any conclusions that could be drawn.
Okay.
But I thought, these recordings don't line up with the report either. What's going on here? Who could...
Still gotta check the files.
Has this file been tampered? This is the same story as the others. This evidence doesn't match the report I shared with you. You knew about this, didn't you? That's why you had me look at these files. Did you alter this data to make me look bad?
Not quite. Yeah. We got company.
We were sent here by Commander Morris to take you into custody. You are accused of undermining the Romulan Empire and crimes unbefitting of a Romulan. Tovan Kev, you are accused of aiding a known fugitive and conspiring against the Tal Shiar. Charva, you are relieved of command of your ship, pending the outcome...
Oh. We got caught. Time to go.
We need to get out of here and return to our ship before the Tal Shiar send any more troops down here.
Yeah, we just screwed her.
I've been informed by my Tal Shiar superiors that you and Charva are now to be considered enemies of the state. My orders are to apprehend you, alive if possible, but dead will work almost as well. Surrender, and I will be merciful to your crew.
No.
Resist, and let their deaths be on your head.
Drop dead.
I've been informed by my Tal Shiar superiors that you and Charva are now to be considered enemies of the state.
Yeah.
If you insist, how about a fleet of Tal Shiar warships? Will that convince you to surrender? Think
No.
of your crew. Spare them.
Let's play. I got friends too. Let's fight. Destroyed Tal Shiar vessels today.
Captain, Sub-Commander Nadell is commanding the RRW Dahu. She has requested we transport Charva aboard so she can be taken to the proper authorities.
Gotta follow orders.
Welcome aboard. Is this the Tal Shiar prisoner? This way, please.
Well, destroyed a Tal Shiar fleet, but
I'll leave you to it.
got a upset friend.
No. They're doing what they can for our people. I was the one who failed to live up to their expectations. And you were the one who steered me wrong, just like Tovan has done to you.
She's just gonna have to accept her career's
Captain,
over.
Charva was a close friend, and we couldn't even convince her of our cause. We need to find something substantial to expose the Tal Shiar. Charva's alive, but I expect she's going to face a lot of questions from intelligence. But if we couldn't change her mind, what'll it take to convince the Romulan people? How do we gather the proof we need? For now, we've done all we can. I recommend we leave the system before any time.
Yeah, time to leave.
You've done commendable work exposing the duplicitous nature of the Tal Shiar, but there is still more work to be done in order to actually discover what they have been up to. It's a shame that Charva is resisting our efforts to turn her to our cause. Perhaps with enough time, she'll see the Tal Shiar for the traitors to the Romulan people that they really are. In any event, you are proving to be a formidable addition to this fleet.
Up. We can get the Harpang torpedo, which is very powerful. A singularity core, new warp core. But I'm gonna get the paratronic shield array. Okay. I think that'll be all for this episode. Next time, we finish two sections of this story arc. Next time we'll be going into the shadows and exposing the corruption of the Tal Shiar. So I'll be back tomorrow with another episode. I want to thank everyone for watching. This has been Hammer of the Super Paladin Brothers. Peace out.